Okay. What I say, Color Long? Yeah. How about Shimmy Washai, double answer the apostles of great millstone? Shalom to all the brothers in the highway and Bible preaching this word in sincerity and in truth, much honesty. And the brother Shapar, as you can see, Brother Kabash. Yeah, Shalom. Basically, this live stream I do today, I'll cover numerous amount of topics. Basically, going into the N.I.D.S again, because a lot of people in Jamaica really don't understand what the N.I.D.S is. You know, a lot of people making certain statements where basically is incorrect. Basically, even people in the media, you know what I mean, who don't really have the 100 about this technology. You know what I mean? I don't think even the Jamaican government have the fullness understanding of the technology too. You know what I mean? But anyway, as I can see, the title, the Jamaican government never have no choice more than to sell you out, man. You know what I mean? First of all, it's prophecy. Secondly, seeing them life depending on it yet. And why I say that? Seeing because going back over the years, our people believe that for some reason we have free autonomy, and we're free from the clutches of the so-called white man. You know what I mean? Which is our enemy according to the scripture. You know what I mean? When people believe that them have free autonomy, them free from the so-called white man, and them free to develop, you know what I mean, of a we call it a productive society, you know what I mean? As self-sufficient, self-governing. Yeah, self-governing, you know what I mean? You don't have that, man. You don't have that. It's a big illusion, it's a big lie, you know what I mean? It will never happen in this society, and it never was, and it never will, man. You know what I mean? As I say, your government have no choice. And the reason why I do this today, because on comment, there's a comment that was posted on one of the videos concerning the N.I.D.S. You know what I mean? That was let me get that right away. Here's a comment. You can see the screen sharing, brother? Yeah, man, I see it. Okay. This is a comment by the person Jacinta or something like that. You know what I mean? It said, unfortunately, our government has brought us down to this situation. Lack of building up of the country, which basically the Jamaican government cannot build up this country, which you call Jamaica. You know what I mean? Because as you go along still with the sit down, you will understand why the government cannot build. You know what I mean? The idea of the freedom we have, it is an illusion, as we said. Anyway, and the population, poverty, leading many to crime, has brought us to the state. See? All the Jamaicans I know are religious law-abiding people. No. But no, the thing is, you know what I mean? This is what I want to get into. Get into that thing here right here. So, this is a prime minister by the name of Michael Manley. You know what I mean? And they have a thing we call democratic socialism. You know what I mean? You have many Caribbean countries and South America basically where they try basically if you go the way of being self-sufficient. You know what I mean? Michael Manley was one of them who attempt to do that, which basically I believe was a psyop. You know what I mean? But yeah, but just follow the narrative. But anyway, he was one of them who would try to do that. And one of the way or him figure out him could have started out, him need a start to get the money from the IMF in order to make a start to do that. See? But that idea never did sit well with the multilaterals or the so-called white man, I should say. You know what I mean? That idea never fly because you people don't have free, supposed to have free autonomy, man, under the so-called white man. See? So I'm gonna prove it to you. Say it was so, and it is continue this way, man. This is the so-called white man foreign policy. We're gonna break down to you, and then we get down into the N.I.D.S system. All right, I'm gonna play that video here.
You go to the private banking system, and you see, well, can I get a private banking loan? Because I'm strapped for cash, I need some support, and I'm having trouble paying my overseas bills.
When the private banks won't lend to you, then you've got to do something if you're leader of a country. And typically what you've got to do is to cut back your spending in some way and try and get more money so that the impact of those cutbacks are not as severe as they otherwise would be. And it's at that point that you generally come to the IMF.
What you really need is to sit down with them and say, look, can I work out a 5-year program? And in the meantime, I'm strapped for some cash, so can you help me up front get out of the cash bind and then put it in the context of a long-term development plan? And they said, no, long-term development is your problem. We are here only to see who do you owe the money to, why are you in a bind, and we lend you some money in a very short time frame at full interest rate to get you out of the bind. And they then impose upon you tremendous restrictions in what you can spend.
And then we reach agreement on a set of measures on the budget, on the exchange rate, on monetary policy, on interest rates, on banks, on maybe privatization, and say, yep, we think this could solve your problem.
And you say to them, but if I do it that way, when I finish repaying you, I'm going to be in the bind all over because this can't solve my problem. This is not our problem.
The whole idea was to set conditions which the government could not meet. And when the government failed to meet them, you would have to renegotiate a new loan in which the conditions became tighter.
Okay, so yeah, we have a perpetual cycle that the multilateral companies basically put us under. You know what I mean? And if we go further into this documentary here, him go ahead and tell you that look, the IMF, the World Bank, and the Inter-American Development Bank basically them tag team the Jamaican government, yeah? It's a tag team thing them do. You know what I mean? That them could acquire our assets, man. That's what the IMF and all the multilateral do across the world. So we don't own our economy, we don't own assets in our country because these criminal institutions under the so-called white man. See me? And the reason why I go down, you know, the information concerning them institution here, the reason why I bring out that information here is because, look, see, the World Bank have something, a major role playing in something that will take place in Jamaica very soon. So we want to break down what them banks is all about, seeing them not looking out for the benefit of Jamaica or the Jamaican people, because they have people on the comment board saying that we don't want to see Jamaica develop. Nigga, it wasn't about no development from day one. It never was and it never will be, man. It never ever gonna be that you're gonna elevate out your current state of poverty under the so-called white man, yeah? Them always a set a trap, man. It always so nice at first, and at the end of the day, you realize they're in a one trap. So either the government know this, or them ignorantly selling it down the river, man. This is what's going on. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play another clip, saying just for us juice up what we actually are bring out, and then we'll go down into the details, yeah. Let's start further.
Richest countries on earth, especially the United States. The World Bank and the IMF were set up near the end of World War II to rebuild the economies of Europe. Later, they began offering loans to poor countries, but only if they privatized their economies and allowed Western corporations free access to their raw materials.
It's exploitation, man. That's what them banks are all about. It's exploitation, man. It's nothing to benefit. It was so, and it's still this way now. This is the so-called white man policy internationally. This takes place all over the world. Yeah? And if your governments don't follow suit with this type of ideology, seeing is either them start a revolution in your country, basically. Either them sending some CIA agent, you know what I mean, and them cause unrest in your country, or basically them spread propaganda upon you, them put what you call it, a embargo or a sanction on you. And if you get an embargo or a sanction on that not work, them assassinate a leader, man. They're not supposed to have no leader. We have a leader down the right path, else them or kill him. So if you see the politician them today, seeing, well, all right, and nothing happen to them, that means them a follow whatsoever the money said them supposed to do. And in which is to sell you out. That's what it's all about. It's to sell you out, sell it down river. That's why them going through that smoothly, man. Nobody feel like everything all right when you see them go through this smoothly. So this is the intention.
Debt is really being used as an instrument in order for the IMF and the World Bank to get their policies implemented in many developing countries. And we're into a situation now where the poorest countries are in a cycle, a vicious cycle of poverty. They can't get out. And
okay, you hear that? You cannot get out, man. There is no way to get out of this, the perpetual cycle of debt that so-called Jamaicans are under, man. See? So there's no development for Jamaica because, believe it or not, this new identification system is sponsored by who? The World Bank, man. The money is coming from the World Bank, and it's not even Jamaica idea. Jamaica for stand for the expense of this identification system when it's the United Nations will push it, man, on the Agenda 2030, man. Sustainable development. That's what it's all about, man. The Jamaican government have no idea about this identification system. They don't know the full detail about it. And if they know it, they're just being wicked, man. I try to push this upon them own people. Because there's no way they could have gone into the detail about this thing and then they're going to push it, man. Because ultimately is to get everybody on the planet a chip. This is what sustainable development is all about. If you hook you into the Internet of Things, put you through the blockchain. See? A matter of fact, there won't be any Jamaican government when the system fully implemented. It's a one-world government, man. The blockchain is a decentralized type of system where you're going to get a decentralized type of identification, man. And that's what the United Nations is pushing for. You know what I mean? Just to show you that Jamaica, basically, politicians have no choice in the matter. Secondly, them under the debt of the so-called IMF and all the multilaterals, man. Them can't do no different, man. See, a matter of fact, whenever time violence up in Jamaica, you know what I mean, whether from the 70s to the 80s, coming down the line, America, see, the World Banking elite have them hands in it. You have the CIA have them hands in the things that take place in Jamaica, man. You people believe that this is, oh, we vote and we vote in the right party. And look, man, the agenda of the elite is not what playing out in Jamaica right now. Hey, let me play a video here because you people ignorant of the history of Jamaica, what really are going on in our country, man. Ignorant as hell. Let me play a video, make you see what I want. Then we get to scripture afterward, and then we get down to the matter.
Okay. What in the years that you've been publishing it do you think are some of your most significant revelations? Are there some stories that even shocked you?
Well, I think one of the big stories that we were able to document in some detail was the whole scope of CIA activities, similar to what the CIA did in Chile, and which was documented by the Senate Select Committee, was the whole covert action program in Jamaica in between 1976 and 1980. And we did a great deal of research into that, and we discovered in many ways a very similar program, almost a classic model that was followed along the lines of what they did in Chile, including three major categories: military, paramilitary activity, the use of propaganda in the media, and the third one, which was economic warfare, using the multilateral organization.
Yeah, so the so-called white man use the media to spread propaganda, man. They will lie on you to get them thing across, man. You know what I mean? Show that they are the devil. You know what I mean? Your enemy. You think since slavery till now, this man, for some reason, now, he's going to have some form of empathy and he's going to serve for you people and build you up. You niggas out of your mind. You're out of your mind, man. Anybody in a Jamaica in a 2017 believe that the so-called white man are look out for them benefit, seeing? You're retarded, man. You're retarded as hell, man. Obviously, you don't know history. Obviously, you don't know what this man doing across the planet right now. And as I said through the media, he spread lies on different countries, kill the leaders, destabilize the country, and take them resources. Have you seen what them do to Libya? Have you seen what them do to Iraq? And what them about to do to North Korea? This is the white man policy across the world, man. Them are out for help nobody. Who them ever help? Who the World Bank or the IMF ever help, man? So you think about give an ID system now ever help you? Niggas are stupid, man. Finish play this, brother. Brother, like the scripture, them, right?
International Monetary Fund and others hold loans which had been promised to the Jamaican government. This is one example.
What are a couple more of the details of that? You particularly mentioned those first two examples of actual paramilitary activity the CIA was involved in Jamaica.
There was a fire, for example, that took place in Jamaica of an old people's home. I think 150 old and infirmed women, many of them blind, were living in this.
And this is evidence that you have certain men who you trust in and where you go vote for. They are straight up traitors to the Jamaican people. There is evidence right here showing that these men are traitors. Killing Jamaican citizens as a means, a false flag, which bring across the so-called white man agenda, man. And them keep doing it, man. Oh, you think the guns them reach at Jamaica? You can't even get a barrel come through without having to pay a bag of money through customs and rights. Oh, you think the guns them reach here, man? All them high-powered weapons, man. Starting from back in the 70s when the CIA bring the guns them to Jamaica for start political warfare, man. Crime and violence and them thing in Jamaica is controlled by the Jamaican government because one of the things is to use the crime situation in order to get this ID thing across. The same thing with scamming and all corruption, man. It's all about to bring this thing across as a solution. The motto of the so-called white man team New World Order basically is order up chaos. Order out of chaos. Them create the chaos and then they bring the solution for the problem. Read a book, man. Watch some video. YouTube there with all different type of information out there. Google something, man. Instead of on Facebook and then they come on man video and make a stupid ass comments, man. Go do some research, man. Yeah? Look, man. Hey, look. Brother, you have a preset there?
No, basically the article them with the answer.
Okay, that's
we can bring out a preset still.
Yeah.
Right? This is Psalm 64 and verse 4. It said they shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in evil matter.
It's the perfect, man.
They commune up.
We are, man.
God.
We are the children of the Lord. Yahweh Shemir we ignorantly call Jehovah and Jesus, man. We are the true biblical Israelite, especially out here in Jamaica. You are the tribe of Benjamin, and believe it or not, this big black dark hole where you're in, you know what I mean? We was placed there as a part of fulfilled prophecy. And also to serve the punishment for what the forefathers did back then to the Lord, man. Is there no coincidence me could in Jamaica, man? And it's not a random happening there. Me could come into this hardcore slavery and being subjugated by this wicked ass devil, man, which is the white man. Which you people see. No coincidence me could in Jamaica, man. And it's not a random happening there. But me could come into this hardcore and being subjugated by this wicked ass devil. Brother, your audio coming through, brother.
Yeah, I'm muted.
Okay. Yeah? See? So continue, brother.
Yeah, man. This is verse 5. It said they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying fears privily.
Right, so the so-called white man, them lay a snare, and part of the snare is to set you under them on a multilateral that the government don't have no say about the direction of Jamaica and where it is going. And if them try to do something separately, then we'll use CIA agents and then we mash up things. Yeah? That's what it's all about. That's how the game play. Yeah? That's how the game play. You know what I mean? So you people feel like you have free autonomy, you make a sad mistake, man. You're making a sad mistake. You know? I'm just play a little part here. Show you how the man lay them snare.
Hey, good. You saw a lot of these things about Jamaica with your own eyes, right?
Yes, indeed. A very moving, a very interesting trip to me to see a target country at a time in the height of a CIA operation when I was completely outside. So there's no way that I could see the problem that journalists have always had when the U.S. government was targeting on a country in a situation, trying to destabilize it, overthrow, or manipulate the elections or whatever, of trying to figure out what's going on when you don't.
So you don't have a free and fair election in Jamaica, man. See, it's who the powers that be want to go in a power. See, so while they jump up on the party bandwagon and killing one another, who are going is the ones them who don't want to put in a power, the one them are willing to betray you people. That's what's going on, man. What's the hell is going on? I'm continue.
Have access to all of the flow of cables and the discussions in National Security Council meetings and whatnot for the planning. I observed that from published information, the CIA station there was quite large for that size of the country. It was huge, in fact. It was bigger than any station I knew of in Africa, although Jamaica was a fairly small island with 2 million people. That's typical of when the CIA has got a big operation going in a place. They beef up the station and beef up the offices back stateside. The tone and flow of articles in the Gleaner was, of course, as Lou says, definitely a chapter out of Chile or a chapter out of the Angolan operation. Every indication of a massive CIA operation going to destabilize the government, to make the economy scream. And in that case, I would say that probably someone got promoted for that one, probably several people.
Yes, you have a bunch of traitors among you, and them they're among you today. That's why the CIA now run operation to get rid of them today. Because them working with that. You know what I mean? A bunch of sellout and traitors, man. See? Scripture tells us that the leaders and people cause them to hear, man. And they that led of them are destroyed. And if the brother can't find a precept there for me.
Because manly work by a legitimate.
Yeah, without a scandal, without an assassination, without the things that have caused the CIA so much grief, Manley, a champion of social democracy, of giving the people a piece of the pie, was thrown out of office, and an arch-capitalist was put in office.
So therefore, CIA guy is a traitor, man. He's one of them traitors, man, who are coming under the CIA. See? Yeah, why you people trusting her? Even the people at Tivoli Garden and place, the people, the man where you're trusting her, they must sell out, man. That's why so much on the dead in the incursion, man. Because from day one, your politicians are sell out.
Gone.
Yeah, that's why them kill so much, what do you do want to be a gunman, yes or no? They must kill people, man. Because they're working for the enemy from day one. Yeah?
Gone. And again, there was minimal adverse publicity. Lou Wolf and the others were studying the situation and did publish about what was going on, but it was not published in the New York Times and the Washington Post and the.
So that for sure how devilish the so-called white man is and how him control the affairs that take place in Jamaica. Him control the affairs, and the affairs and the direction where I bring it is not for your prosperity. You know what I mean? It's not for your prosperity. Yeah? Him have an evil intention, him have a sinister intention, and this is what you people don't know, and you don't do the research. You know what I mean? And when brothers come and bring out certain things, everybody have something to say. Look, man, sit your ass down. And we are the real prophets of the Heavenly Father. We are telling what go on, man. You need to sit your ass down and listen what's going on, man. You know what I mean? This is not a music review. You know what I mean? This is not a review about Spice or a review about Bounty Killer or a review about Aishana or whatsoever. Sit your ass
if
down.
we can say this act,
yeah.
If we can say this act, a lot of people are said you have a common thread among the complaints of people who are talking about the N.I.D.S system. They're saying that the Jamaican government rushed it. Right. But really and truly it wasn't rushed. Right? From the 70s the idea conceived, and from 2011 Bruce Golding announced it, so that they're going to start the infrastructure for the N.I.D.S system. So really and truly it's the people of Jamaica who ignorant and they realize the government telling them that, look here, this system is about to be implemented. I will gather in the framework for it from now. Years ago, we've been talking about it in 2011, right? 6 years ago, and no people know.
You have a precept. I have a precept there.
Yeah, man. This is Isaiah 3 and verse 12. Also, my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path.
Right, so these men gonna destroy, they are destroying the ways of your apartment. Them leader in the hands of the enemy, in the hands of the wolf, man. These shepherd leader in the hands of the wolf, and now the wolf are gonna destroy you, man. Because ultimately under this sustainable development, either them don't know, but ultimately is a method to depopulate the world. It's a method to depopulate the world. We have done the research. We know what is going on through the spirit and the scriptures. It tell me what this man is going to do. Whether you want to believe the Bible, yes or no, this is what coming, man. The Bible said, and the facts that on the table actually point into that direction. They're going to kill a lot of you niggers, man. Because the system I'm bringing is not for the poor. You know what I mean? A matter of fact, brother, as we are telling us, the Jamaican government idea for bringing this new identification system. Brother, find the summit.
Read the target.
Gonna cite here for my brother. Tell us cite here for go.
The ID2020.org.
ID2020, yeah. .org.
Yeah, man, I have it, man. I have it up.
Yeah.
Right. So it says identity is foundational for political, economic, and social opportunity, yet over 1 billion people are unable to prove who they are. Article 6 of the Universal Declaration on Human Rights stipulates that everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. The Sustainable Development Goals include Target 16.9, which aims to provide legal identity, including all birth registration, by 2030.
Now you need to know what is sustainable development, man. See, this is push, is a mandate pushed by what? The United Nations, yeah. See, you have the beast, where basically some European nations will need to get this agenda across to all countries. Now, I have some countries where I resist it, but ultimately they have to take the system, man. They don't have no option. There's no option against the system where I come in, man. All countries have to get it, not only Jamaica. Yeah, it's the framework for the mark of the beast. Now, this identification system basically is going to be governed by a super AI. Seeing, because as the Jamaican government telling you, it's a gateway. It is a gateway for e-governance, and it's a gateway for e-commerce. Look up them things, man. See? No, them have an argument saying it just to come back to the argument, well, brother. See? There's them have an argument saying on the media, which is misleading in Jamaica. Them say, oh, look, it's intrusive, and the reason why them give you say it intrusive is a misleading thing. It's like a psyop. The Jamaican media are play upon the Jamaican people. They must speak as if them against it, but the facts what them bring out to show them against it, seeing is not real facts that the government can come and point out the fact them when them bring out and a real fact them that they can win the trust of the Jamaican people. We show how deceptive and wicked these people are, man. We're over you people. Cause they must say, yo, they must say, boy, they are gonna get all different type of print. Fine, look, man. Slovakia, brother. Come on. Yeah. See, they must say, they get all different type of print one time for your area and it's intrusive area and them don't get no good argument why them say it intrusive, man. There's no good argument out there where they might tell us why it's intrusive, man, because the way to be intrusive are over time. It's over time. Because when they create the database, they go on the blockchain, this is where they're going to track you and get all the information they need from you. You know what I mean? So when you go and get the ID, it's not then you're getting all the information. It's over time. And you know, left up to where you gotta tell them, left up to where them see. You know what I mean?
Right.
That them can be more sure. Because you can't tell a lie. See? Now when you go buy a cell phone, you know, ask the one bag of intrusive information. But guess what? When you click on the terms and conditions from Google, you allow them to get all the information about you from you. So don't play a deceptive game, man. It is intrusive, man. You know what I mean? So you have this ID system now, but basically everybody in the world will basically get we basically gonna use the blockchain technology. A matter of fact, brother. A matter of fact. Right. I do a live stream now, we have to come back. See, so a matter of fact, brother, you have another thing. Let me see if I can share my screen. You have another site basically where you know, okay. This is DIF. You know what I mean? Deal with identity foundation. They're basically going back into we basically go back into ID 2020. You know what I mean? This one is a subsidiary. Basically, you say join us and build an open source and decentralized identity
ecosystem.
Yeah. Well, let me go down right here. So, see, this is what one point out. Blockchain IDs. You know what I mean? This is where it's going to, man. You're going to be on the blockchain. You know what I mean? Having a blockchain ID. See, so these are the goals for them up, man. Yeah. See, and the reason why I'm gonna break, because you have this argument say, oh, them can hack into your something. Look, man, there's no way them can hack into the blockchain system when they're gonna use do this thing, man. Because the AI create this thing. No hacker can go in it. See? You have a video where a brother tell us say all the 2 top academics in the world, seeing them try them use them for try for broken it and then can't broke in it because the AI faster than them, man. Since you're gonna be governed by a super AI. This is what the system is all about. You know what I mean? Yeah? You can continue, brother.
Can. A second. Let's bring it up back. Right? So it says now, governments without an accurate system of identification struggle to provide well-coordinated social services simply because the number of beneficiaries is unknown and precise targeting is impossible.
Right. Yeah. So hey, look, man. Seeing you have a thing you call it Internet of Things. This is what you need to know. Seeing a new system what they're gonna bring in. Basically, everything is gonna be a smart object, man. Seeing and everything I forgot link to the blockchain that the super AI can monitor everything on the planet, whether human being, whether it want to be animal, whether it want to be a chair, your table, your bed, whatsoever, everything I got hook in your phone, you know what I mean, your car, everything I forgot hook into the blockchain. This is what them doing, man. See? And when them do this, seeing the end goal, we're telling you again, the end goal is to get you to get a microchip in your hand or in your head. That is the end game. You know what I mean? Giving you a chip in your hand or in your head. See, according to the book of Revelation, that's what it's all about. There is where the mark of the beast are coming fully. The system right now that is rolling out in Jamaica, it is not the mark of the beast. See? But it is the framework being set up for the mark of the beast. See? And your government in cahoots with the devils in order, in agreement. A matter of fact, bring on a priest, brother.
Which priest do you want?
The one when they make a covenant with death on the earth.
Gone. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 15. Because you have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through it, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and on the falsehood have we hid ourselves.
So you politicians trying to hide the detail or the facts from the people, what's really going on. You know what I mean? You don't know what is really going on, man. See, you think you're safe. You know what I mean? Because you follow suit. You're not safe, man. You're not safe because ultimately is to depopulate the world, mainly of our people, man. That is the end game. You're going to die. All them agreements so you sign, you know what I mean? You're not included. 2030, you're not supposed to die here, man. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to die here by 2030. So this agenda where you try go to the United Nations and you bend over backward for the so-called white man. See? Guess what? You're not gonna make it, man.
The thing is, the so-called white man tell them,
if it wasn't for the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, none of our people would make it, man. The man that kill off the whole of women. See? Lucky the Lord, according to prophecy, I will deliver or elect out of the whole situation, man. He say if never come, the flesh will save. Because the white man is crazy, man. Him crazy. A holy puppy, him have a thing, you might say a conspiracy theory, but this is him plan. There are men we call eugenists, eugenesis. Call themselves. See, them have this plan from a long time to depopulate the world, and global warming are part of the idea to depopulate the world. You know what I mean? The whole global warming and a sustainable development idea is to get rid of people off of the world because the world overpopulated, and that are the argument. Georgia guys told you might say a conspiracy, but to say them are going to reduce the world population down to what? 500 million. You niggers are not included. Read a precept for me again, brother.
Because you have said, Isaiah 28 and 15, because you have said, we have made a covenant with death, and we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us.
Right.
For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
Right. The things to the so-called white man upon your side, man. I'm not gonna agree with him. We're going to submit to him and do all the things that we want to do in our country, seeing, and then we're going to safe. Make a sad mistake, man. Yeah?
If we can read down.
Yeah.
All right, to verse 17, it says, verse 17, judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet.
Right.
And the hill shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and waters shall overflow the hiding place. Right. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. Right now we're exposing you niggers, man. Seeing?
Right. Acting, sit up in parliament, acting all smart, like you're doing something to benefit the Jamaican people. You know what I mean? Guess what? The same Jamaican people who you betrayed, them same one, I'll kill a lot of you people, man. Seeing kind of come down to that point. You know what I mean? So your ass get set there up, man. Someone better start flee from now, you flee to America and some place for the missile, they're going to drop you. You know, escape, man. You know, escape. Yeah? One brother?
Can. All right. He said, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When
right,
the overflow is pass to.
So all them covenants we make a United Nation, you know what I mean? Every time you got the General Assembly, the agreements them we have make. You know what I mean? I'm not speaking about Jamaica only, I'm talking about the whole entire Caribbean and the South American, so-called South American, because guess what? You are the children of Israel, man. From Mexico to Brazil. The whole entire Caribbean islands, them, yes, you are the children of Israel, man. See? So all the leaders, them, among the people, we make deals with the so-called white man and them other nation, call them are the dead. You know what I mean? All of you, the most are gonna bring this judgment upon you, every man, every. You remember that story with the king basically carrying the king, the thing that come in the Bible, bringing the other man them to come see all in wealth and whatsoever. You know what I mean? And just kill them and take everything. Israel. Yeah, that's what you Negroes are doing, man. You're trusting them other nation, man. Yeah? Inviting them in. Yeah? I'm gonna destroy your ass.
If we can just touch on two pieces of information for just further prove the points that the N.I.D.S is not a brainchild of the Jamaican government.
Right.
This is directly from the United Nations goals for sustainable development. This is target 16.9. Right. It said by 2030, provide legal identity for all, including birth registration. Right. So, and then you have another article, right? It says United Nations Development Program in Jamaica. Caribbean countries can now track progress in Agenda 2030 action online. So all the goals that we have in our Vision 2030 statements are adopted from the Agenda 2030 platform that was put forth by the United Nations. So we don't have anything that we come up with ourselves.
Right.
So the Jamaican people across the Jamaican government say they might do something wrong and when this is even you have some people who are ignorant enough to say that this system is not in America. So why it come to Jamaica? Right? Them dumb, yo. Dumb.
Stupid.
Right? And then this other article, it basically show you who's behind it. It's from the World Bank. Right? It's a blogs.worldbank.org. What is not counted doesn't count. Measuring progress towards global target on universal identity. And then it's a making everyone count. So basically what they want is they want to have everybody accountable. Once everybody's connected to the Internet of Things, right, and through the blockchain technology, them can account and monitor for everybody. And once them can do that, it's easy to target and eliminate people, yo.
Yeah, them can call the population and once them have everybody, seeing
right.
The whereabouts and them can, and you're on the grid. Once you're on the grid, seeing then it's easy for them to get rid of you, man. Seeing the whole thing is all about to tag you, that them can eliminate you, man. It's not to keep you. hey, a part of the goal is basically to eliminate poverty. What do you think them are gonna do that? Them are gonna get rid of the poor, man. What do you think? Them are gonna make a universal basic income. You think them are gonna pay everybody on the planet? When all them AI system take over and the autonomous systems them take over through the Internet of Things and people lose them job left, right, and center. Because the thing why not for you Jamaicans are support, you know. A whole lot of people are gonna lose them job, you know. You know, have an idea about the technology where run behind that thing here, you know, how much people are gonna lose them job, you know. You know what I mean? So they have to come up with a solution, and the solution is what them call a solution. When everybody can find an article on it, see it name universal basic income, man. Where them plan to pay people when we lose job, man. You think they're gonna pay everybody on the planet, yo? This man do all the way him do over the years to acquire all the wealth him have, only to get it and to give it back. If I'm enslaved and commit so much genocide and them thing, you think him get all that wealth just for us take it and us distribute it among poor people. You make a sad mistake, man. You make a sad mistake. You go on, brother?
Alright, this is from Wikipedia. It says a basic income, also called basic income guarantee, or citizens' income, universal basic income, is a form of social security in which all citizens or residents of a country receive a regular, unconditional sum of money, either from a government or some other public institution, independent of any other income. Right. An unconditional income transfer that is considered insufficient to meet a person's basic needs is sometimes called a partial basic income, while one at a greater than level is sometimes called a full basic income.
Right.
Right. So something like welfare in America.
Yeah, but this is gonna be worldwide. This is gonna be on international scale. It's gonna be based off of the powers that be. We are run at this agenda. This is what gonna take place everywhere. The one world order.
Right. And like you said, feed everybody.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna do it. They're not gonna take care of everybody on the planet, man. No. You know, you're gonna get judged according to your efficiency or efficient you is. Yeah. If you're not profitable for the new system where you're coming, they're going to be exterminated, man. That's what it's all about. See? And very soon, all them man in Jamaica run up on them with gun and them thing. Guess what, man? See? Guess what? Your time limited, man. Your time limited. All them niggas that do all the way you do. See, the time limited. Just the same as the politician and the men who do corruption. See? And guess what? The rest of Jamaica now become slave under this system, man. See? Then exterminated, yeah? See, that's what we're seeing manifesting before we, you know what I mean? So very soon the chip argument will come out, the same thing everybody talk about from one day about the mark of the beast. Yes, the chip will come next, man. This is not the mark of the beast. This is the framework. You know what I mean? You can continue to do that, brother.
All right. This is from bravenewcoin.com. It says ID 2020 held at the United Nations features lots and lots of blockchain. Right. It said the purpose of the annual event is to make sure that every human being has access to identity services, even if they have no state-issued identification.
Right.
Right. And that's basically the basics of it. I mean,
I want to explain something. About the decentralized identification system. See, because them set up an agency in Jamaica, we basically go on the Register General office basically. Where them say that I go deal with the ID thing. Let me tell you this, man. It's when I think I fully roll out, there is not going to be no centralized identification system, man. They might get rid of all centralized. So the Jamaican government are going to be the middleman between the things that are going to get exterminated altogether, man. Jamaica not going to run the ID system, man. Once it go on once it go online, once the system go online, your government have nothing to do with it again. You know what I mean? That's why you know the one the article what I pointed out to earlier, brother. That's what I tell us. It's a decentralized ID system on the blockchain. See, that is what going on, man. In which
I have an article for that.
Go on, brother.
Yeah, man. This is from hackernoon.com, April 5th of this year. It says identity without authority.
Right.
A decentralized ID system for the whole world.
Right. It's a decentralized identification system, man. They might do it in different stages. You know what I mean? So the government tell us, yo, look, we are gonna change it from the RGB or the what I want to call it. See? And they have a different agency set up. Look, man. See, them not gonna run shit. Them gonna do the right enough for distribute, but as the thing roll out, seeing it will become decentralized, man. Whole world identification something. One, as them say, according to the New World Order doctrine, it says what? One world government. See, it's a one world government. You don't need many leaders. Yeah. So your politicians, them basically are become obsolete, man. They not even know so them themselves put themselves out of a job, you know. See, they might do some things, so they don't know some put themselves out of a job. They might become obsolete under the new system, man. Banks are going to become obsolete, man. Because all monetary transactions are going to do through the blockchain. Everything will get done to the blockchain. And you're not going to need human beings in order to monitor the whole thing because they have an AI already that's going to deal with the whole process, man. You know what I mean? That's what we're coming. One brother?
All right. Get it back.
Yeah.
So it says now more than 1.5 billion people on the planet have no ID or a way to get one. Getting identification is a catch-22. You need an ID to get an ID. Right? Even in a sophisticated economy like the United States, millions of Americans have no form of identification.
And
that's why voting.
And one of the brother, for all the people them where I said America, this ID never introduced to America. Let me play one of the video. See, because you niggas are stupid. You don't do no research, man. Even the one in the media where I speak, you're just stupid, man. Or you just basically being wicked, spreading the propaganda for the government, man.
But our next guest says it could crack down on you and your privacy. Congressman Ron Paul is a Texas Republican. He's a
states. That's the word from the Department of Homeland Security. Now, the feds say beginning next year, TSA agents may only let people onto planes if they have driver's licenses from states that comply with federal standards. The new policy is a result of the Real ID Act, which Congress passed a decade ago to try to bolster national security. Great to see you. I first heard about this at a dinner party.
Yeah.
And people who were saying, oh, you know, the end of time now, and the end of time now, and the end of time now.
Yeah.
Senators Chuck Schumer and Lindsey Graham, bipartisan that is, set to sit down with President Obama tomorrow, discussing plans for a national identification card. But our next guest says it could crack down on you and your privacy. Congressman Ron Paul is a Texas Republican. He's opposed to this card. Congressman, afternoon to you.
People over this decades now in this country, there have been some who have wanted this national ID card. And they're looking for every opportunity to do it. I mean, who knows what will come of it? My guess is they'll probably have a GPS chip in there so that they can measure everybody, every instant, no matter where they go. So to me, it violates the whole principles of privacy, the principles of the Constitution, the principles of the Republic, and to me, a gross distortion of what we should be doing. It's part of an authoritarian society, and dictatorships have this, but not a republic.
Okay, but tell me how it's invasive, because what Schumer and Graham are proposing, according to what I read, is your ID card would have either your fingerprint, your thumbprint on there, or it would have a reading of the veins in the back of your hand, and you'd have to be scanned. Reading of the veins in the back of your hand, and you'd have to be scanned. Reading of the veins in the back of your hand, and you'd have to be scanned.
The biometric data.
Yeah, you know, that's what really going on, man. Seeing on all nations on the face of the earth, seeing as the brother go through the article, seeing after I get this device, the device so I can follow after that ID card, man, which is the RFID chip. Brothers do extensive amount of research and bring out a whole lot of information on the RFID chip and how it link to this sustainable development ideology that the so-called white man have. You know what I mean? It's all out there, man. So no man is without an excuse. Hey, it's marvelous if you really look and see some man really out there don't believe that there's gonna be a chip, man. When all the information basically the out there on the table for you get information, man. See, you have a whole lot of information out there showing what these men are intentions are, man. Man I talk about them bag, and man I talk about white woman and man I talk about all different type of madness under the sun. You know what I mean? When all them information are out there. Yeah? But brother, you can continue, brother.
I mean, what priest have bring out the Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Right. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of the hand to do it.
As I hear that Ron Paul say, basically, after decades, them have that something plan. Even in Jamaica. If I think I'm in the 70s, brother. See,
70s.
I mean, in the 70s, them man have a thing a plan. Them diligently work toward them doing the stages, man. The chip See, them know from way back then, so them will give people a chip, but them did not in a stages, and them have to wait till certain development in the technology take place that them can move further with the agenda. And right now, we have 5G network coming out, where basically is going to accommodate this new system, man. So the real reason why it never did a release from a long time is because you never have fast enough internet speed. You know what I mean? You never have the technology up to standard or up to date. We could have deal with this whole global monitoring. See? Right now you have the AI system now that can monitor the whole entire world. So that's why they're going to roll it out now. You know what I mean? You have the blockchain now. You know what I mean? With all the different cryptography and algorithms basically dealing with all of that a massive amount of data in a blocks, man. That's what basically taking place right now. You know what I mean?
Right. And if we can bring this out, this
go on, brother.
From the same ID2020.org.
Yeah.
It's under the topic emerging technologies. It says new technologies including blockchain, when used in conjunction with long-proven technologies such as biometrics, now make it possible for all people to access a safe, verifiable, and persistent form of technology.
Right. So the
like I said.
So the technology ready now, and the technology ready for the Internet of Things. Now there's a push, a race, basically in America, to get all them 5G antennas up, man. See, them are push it through, them have install Verizon wireless and all them have install the 5G thing them all over, man. Because them need to get all them smart cities up before a certain period of time. A matter of fact, the ID system is supposed to be fully implemented by 2020, man. That's what them call that ID 2020. So 2019, by the end of 2019, Jamaica is supposed to all out in this ID thing. See? So that's why the government, so-called Jamaican government, so-called rushing it through. You know what I mean? Because they have a time period where the powers that be tell them it needs to get done before then. You know what I mean? Yeah? All right, brother.
Right. That basically that me the one bring out feed still.
Come. You can finish a precept on thing.
Right. So Micah 2 and verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away.
Hey,
so they press them.
As going on earlier, seeing with the earlier video we'll play, it shows look the IMF and the multilaterals, the World Bank, you know what I mean, where lend Jamaica money to put in one system where them want it come in. You know what I mean? What them do? Them put in a perpetual debt, man, that them can own you, man. See? Them put in a perpetual debt that them can own you. And if I resist, them going to kill the leaders. And if a great resistance, I'm going to send in them military. Just like what they've been in the Middle East, man. This is the man policy across the world. You know what I mean? It's evident before everybody eye to see. Yeah? Go on, brother.
Right. It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So express a man as...
Look what they do to Panama, man. You have a documentary by the name of Panama Deception. Brothers can go and watch it, man. And see what this cracker do, man. When the whole entire Caribbean and South America, man. See? One brother.
It says, so they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Right. That's a white man for you. I wouldn't know say my enemy. By now, you shall know. Yeah? You shall know, man.
Right. And, you know, we always bring out, you know, to make sure that, you know, this is brought out consistently. This is Revelation 13 and 16.
Right.
And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads.
Right.
That no man might buy or sell, save either at the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right. Because ultimately, seeing as we say, it's going to be e-commerce. You know what I mean, e-governance, you know what I mean, all transaction basically gonna be on the blockchain, you know what I mean. Seeing so if you know hook into this new type of identification system, you cannot do any form of transaction, not only monetary transaction, you know what I mean. Any type of government services, you can't have access to nothing if it's going through the blockchain. And ultimately, seeing you're gonna get a chip in order to get hooked into the blockchain, man, because people gonna lose them IDs. Because when I think of Jamaica, them say them will fine you $100,000 if you don't get one of the ID. You know what I mean? Or you can spend 5 years in prison. You know what I mean? So ID is mandatory. You know what I mean? And there's a penalty for not having one. So there are going to be cases where your ID can be lost or whatsoever happened to it. You know what I mean? And you're in a problem. You become off the grid. So they have a problem with them thing there. And then they have a solution, which basically is what? You're going to get a chip. We're going to put this ID permanently on you. That's how it's going to come, man. You're going to get it permanently. I'll find excuses for all them ideas. You never did that 100% effective because we have people losing them idea over the place now. Seeing another one number that they're not supposed to have. So instead we have to replenish that thing every minute. We'll just put a chip in your hand.
Yeah, it think them time bring it in.
Yeah.
Like remember art put the arc.
Yeah.
From the Jamaica Gleaner earlier this year, September 8th of this year. The title is No ID, No Access. Jamaicans will need national identification card to access government goods and services.
Right.
Under the proposed national identification system, Jamaicans without an ID card will not be able to do business with government agencies and departments when it is rolled out in 2019.
And let me say
additionally,
this. Once government agencies, once government agencies, you can't do business with government agencies. You know what automatically going to happen? The private sector, you never can do business with no other because it will be a requirement for them to follow suit. So you have to go, do the same thing now when you go to the bank. Because the bank are going to request certain ID from you too. You know what I mean? So not only government agency. You know what I mean? Even if you're
what the government are going to do is they impose certain restrictions on the private sector that they need to report certain transactions what the citizens do. And in order for the banks and the other private institutions to report the transactions of the customers, they need certain information from them. Like how now they need with TRN and with ID and them thing. The government are going to require private sector organization them to take the national ID number from with NIN number. And without it, them not going to be able to give a business. Yo. It's simple. People know say yo, them rather starve than take it and but people have never been hungry, yo. They never put in a situation choose it, yo.
And basically, seeing the brother I got through this the other day, seeing all them banks are basically have to set up a crypto system where you can convert your money to crypto to send it and them thing there. We don't read one thing about that thing the other day. See, because ultimately, you know, they might get rid of the bank them, man. Seeing because everybody have to go on board to the blockchain, man. Seeing unless them bank have a wallet or something online where basically you're going to use or whatever. You know what I mean? But
that must start.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So this bank you got and you have a teller down there, them thing they're cut out, man. Yeah? Seeing so that's them can monitor your transaction them. You know what I mean? Whatsoever wheresoever you're getting money from, them are gonna know. You know what I mean? Who you send money to, them are gonna know. You know what I mean? So there is no criminality there, as them say. It will get rid of the corruption and the criminality thing what them are talk about. Yeah, that's the catch. You know what I mean? Right. But ultimately, if you give you a chip, seeing that them can call the population, man, and enslave the rest, man. That's all. That's all it's coming, man. Seeing, continue, brother.
Right. It says, additionally, persons without the national ID might also face serious challenges as they seek to do business with the private sector.
All right. So the scripture say you can't go buy or sell except you have the mark. You know what I mean? So the framework already assures say you can't buy or sell. You know what I mean? So seeing when them demand you forget the mark, you're not gonna have no choice more than to take it. Seeing if you're not of this faith, you know what I mean? Because if you don't have the faith here, you're gonna take it because you have some people that say, boy, you don't believe say a white man write the Bible, so therefore they don't believe in the mark of the beast, nothing. So guess what, they're gonna take it when hard time. And some of them have said that and them still I say, oh, the idea intrusive or whatsoever. Well, guess what? at the end of the day, I will take it, man. Because believe it or not, 2/3 of our people are going to die. Since I'm going to do the things that require for them to die. You know what I mean? A lot of you, when the hard times come and the pressure come, you're going to take it, man. It's a pressure bus pipe. See? Only ones that have this faith, see, I go refuse that chip, man. At the end of the day, go on, brother.
The intention is that we will also have on board the private sector, particularly international institutions who will not do business with anybody without their national identification number.
Okay.
Right?
So your Western Union money and the money that got sent through the blockchain, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, I go down to Western Union downtown again, go pick up your cash. You know what I mean? Everything will become digitalized. Your cash. See? Yeah, Mr. Man with the gun where I joke people for money. Them thing they are done for, man. You not gonna have access to cash apart from a legal means, man. Yeah? That's how it all go. See, a transparent legal means. That will be transparent, man. Since there is no secret way to get money anymore when the system are coming in. You know what I mean? But hey, this is what basically I want to push me for brother. You have more than that to bring out?
Yeah, this is an article about the social media feedback for the national ID.
Yeah.
Right, and it was posted just a few days after the article I just read. September 11th, 2017. This is from one person, Michelle Lemon. Full-time Jamaica getting leave with worse standards so they can filter out illegals living there too. The country is being governed too loosely and lawlessly. Right. So it's a next person. They should expect that it will happen. Same thing when TRN came out. Get with the changes. It has nothing to do with the mark of the beast. If you are in certain countries, you have to obey or stay behind. There are positive impacts too. Crime is Jamaica's biggest demon. So she has to just get with it. Right? Everyone should have some type of identification. Doing business with the government definitely requires one. Why not give IDs to those with no income or fee? Right? And it goes on and on with people just saying a bunch of crap. But we know the general sentiment. You know, either people with it and say that, yo, this is the way that the world is going, so we need to go with it. Or you have some people saying that, yo, it's the mark of the beast, it's intrusion of privacy, which those people saying it don't really understand the full levels of why it's being implemented,
right?
Seeing and the system behind it, right? Which is why, you know, we're doing this lesson for the people out there who want to know what's the agenda behind the national identification system, you know, the reason why it's being brought out.
Yeah, it's for the Internet of Things, man. Under the agenda, bringing a one-world government. That's what it's all about, man. See, that everybody can be governed by a super AI. You know what I mean? Monitored and tracked. You know what I mean? And, you know, whether you're supposed to live or die, it's gonna determine that, man. Yeah, you're gonna make all the calculations because you have AIs right now. Where basically, when you go for your loan, it'll tell you whether you're eligible to get a loan. You know what I mean? Or eligible to get a credit card with the calculations. That you can get denied a credit card via AI system, man. And it's the same way. The AI will do all the calculations to see how efficient you is, seeing and determine whether you're supposed to die, yes or no. And then you have a drone or something will come and take you out and your family, man. You know what I mean? Or you left in one zone where basically you're not gonna make it past a certain period of time. You know what I mean? Either them starve you out or something, them gonna do some disaster on you or something, they're gonna kill a lot of you people. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna cull the population, man. You know what I mean? Using all different type of disasters, war and all them other something, man. World War III is coming. You know what I mean? This is what these men plan. These men now have not nice plan for the world, man. Not nice plan, man. Trust me, the Bible tell you and the details on the table. Seeing all the information out there on the net will tell you what the money are gonna do, man. See, when they just come out and bring things out of our ass, I tell you people, man. See? The scriptures, for one. See? And then you have the evidence to back up on the scriptures, man. You know what I mean? We don't talk out of our ass, man. Everything we say, you can look it up, man, and research it and see what I want. Understand what come, man. Look up the Internet of Things. Look up the blockchain. See? Look up the smart city, the smart grid. Look up the RFID chip technology. You know what I mean? Look up the 5G network. You know what I mean? Agenda. See if you all you can find out about agenda, this Agenda 2030, man. See? Global warming. See? Depopulation, the whole depopulation plan. See? Martial law, World War III. Look up the things there, man. Yeah? All the information out there. You know what I mean? Hey, from 2010, 2011, brother. What's up?
2011.
Yeah. So
September 2011 was the first time he really announced it.
Okay, so right now, we as the men of the Lord, for all who just know about the N.I.D.S, seeing how much years that, brother? With 6 years.
7 years.
Almost 7 years ahead of you, man. We are telling you something from 7 years ago we just know about, man. You just know about it. So what say the other things that we are telling you about? You gotta wait till it reach you. You gotta wait till it reach you, man. See? We're 7 years ahead. See? How you know now? You know what I mean? We're just beginning to know. And guess what? In reality, we're more than 7 years ahead. We're more than 7 years ahead in reality. You'll be surprised how far ahead we did. Because ultimately, the so-called white man kingdom are going to fall. Seeing we are going to set as rulers on the face of the earth, whether they want to believe it or not, with the Lord, our shy head, the whole thing. You know what I mean? Seeing which the so-called white man get exterminated after 1,000 years. This is so far ahead with. And you're going to see everything what we have said come to pass. Because guess what? The word of the Lord said, man. The word of the Lord said. And it a manifest in front of your eye. And there's nothing where you cracker and you niggas can do to stop it, man. Right. Nothing. Yeah? And they're rapidly descending down that path to fulfill the prophecies them. You know what I mean? And happily so. Because this kingdom is full much ready to come to an end. And one next thing your government have to do on the Agenda 2030 is to stop when you can call people batty man. You know? That goal 16, brother. Yeah, 16A. Goal 16A and the sustainable development. See? All them talk against homosexual and all the talk we have against anybody at all they discriminate against. See? Yeah, some penalty are going to defeat, man. That's what your government are going to do next. Put penalty, see, against discrimination. Free speech, or get X out. You watch. You know? You can read it if you want, no, brother. I'm kind of gone long still, but I could bring it up. I bring it out if you want.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Goal 16A.
Yeah. 16A. That's all.
Yeah, man. Goal 16A. This strengthen relevant national institutions, including international corporations, of building capacity at all levels, in order, in particular, in developing countries to prevent violence and combat terrorism and crimes. So, and it go down to say, it's gender equality issues. It say they should have a clear mandate to examine and to make recommendations on equality and non-discrimination, including on the ground of gender. So even the transgender them, agender them, or whatever, they can't speak against them.
Right.
Seeing. Our next precept bring up we close off. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, but we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, we are not.
And when you look up the word.
Brother.
Yeah, when you look up the word devices, it basically means a thought or an evil purpose. So we're not ignorant of his evil purposes, or his evil thoughts.
Right. We know exactly why I'm bringing all of them things that I'm bringing, man. We see the whole plan. Yeah, the Lord Yahweh Shemai Shai. We're eyes to see the whole plan of the so-called white man, yeah. See? So and I guess we are tell you what I'm gonna do next, man. Yeah? So we're not ignorant to the devil devices, and this ID system where I'm bringing is I'm device. You know what I mean? To trap you people up, lock you into the blockchain. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna happen, man. You notice how them call them thing as some chain and web and net and them thing there. Every terminology them use them thing I show us how I'm trapping better.
It is a trap, yo.
Yeah?
It's a snare. And the scripture tell in Isaiah 6, Psalm 64:5, they commune of laying snares, yo.
Right. You know what I mean? That's all the so-called white man intention is to trap you up people, because guess what? Seeing him lose that blessing, that promise, him lose that inheritance to Jacob, man. And him out for vengeance, and him gonna kill you people, man. Because believe it or not, you are Jacob, and that is the solution, man. Get rid of you. You know what I mean? Because once you're living, the promise stands. You know what I mean? And once him can number Israel, he can kill Israel. You know what I mean? What the Lord Yahweh say? See?
So if you can number Israel, then him covenant with Israel not stand.
See, if him can number the
stars of heaven.
Stars of heaven. Yeah, so him out to do all them things here, man, because the main aim is when him do that, him figure that the most I can allow him to get rid of you people. You know what I mean? And him go feel same of the opportunity at this point in time to get rid of you. That's why he want to mark everybody. Yeah? He want to tag everybody. He want to get a census on every Israelite on the planet. This is this man plan, man. See, but you niggas don't know that. You know what I mean? This is the reason why them take census, man. Yeah? That then can give a tally on the population. That's what they're doing. But anyway, we say Kalalal, Yahweh Shemir Rashai, double honors to the apostles of great millstone. Shalom to all the brothers on the highway and byway preaching this word in sincerity and in truth, much honesty. Shalom to all the brothers that tune into the stream today. You know what I mean? Saying if possible, we can bring out some more detailed information on things that we speak about today. You know what I mean? Seeing because a lot been going on. Seeing we never really get to sit down and bring out some things where vital to the information that we are bringing out. But we hope say brothers get edified, you know, whatsoever we bring out anyway. You know what I mean? So with that we say, Kalalal again. So but honors to the apostles of great millstone. Shalom to all the brothers in the highway and byway preaching this word in sincerity and truth with much honesty. Shalom.
Shalom.